hello everybody. Welcome to our latest episode of Mixed, our big season finale here. And fun fact, latest is a double meaning because A, it's our latest, as in most recent episode of Mixed, and also, we've never recorded at 10:30 at night. So, this is a first on...
Some of the dead homies.
Alright. Before we introduce our guests and the stuff we're going to be talking about, I want to thank Ann Ritz for her contribution to this episode. She got us this spicy ramen, which is now cold, but it's okay. Like temperature cold.
Thank you, Ann.
Good one. So what we're going to do is, while our guests introduce themselves and we talk about some other things, we're going to take a bite every 30 seconds. And whoever takes a sip of water first loses, and whoever takes one last wins.
Wait, is that what we're doing?
Yeah, that is what we're doing.
God.
Okay? Ready?
I'm good with one bite, honestly.
Oh, okay.
This does not look...
How big should a bites be?
Yeah.
Don't
Thank
do
you,
that
Ann, but
medium size.
the noodles are looking a little interesting. Medium?
This is a big bite.
Actually, not bad.
I don't like this flavor.
I like it.
I like it.
They're not good.
I like it.
Objectively speaking,
Alright.
they're not good.
So why don't we have our first two guests introduce yourselves? Well, not the first guest, because there's someone else. But please introduce yourselves to those who do not know you.
Hello? My name is Xavier Russell.
And I'm
Second
Aiden Schoenberg.
Second bite.
That's a hot burn, man.
Let's do. Oh my god.
It's pretty hot.
Okay, and you are?
Aiden Schoenberg here.
Ian Schoberg, nice to meet you. We're glad to have you on.
I'm glad to be here.
Very glad to be here.
Glad to hear it. We would just like to issue a formal apology first and foremost to Xavier for...
Next bite.
I feel like I should be the one that's making this apology.
Yeah, Joseph should make the apology. Can I have some water, please?
One moment, please.
If you want to lose, yeah.
This is a
It
contest?
actually is pretty
Yeah.
spicy.
Oh my god.
I don't like the texture of these.
It's getting there, but it's not that bad.
It is spicy. So, it is spicy.
It's pretty spicy. You haven't even eaten anything.
In the
No.
heat of this moment,
bites, bro.
I would like to
Okay, you're
apologize
chopping.
formally for cutting you out. Oh man, this is actually good.
Is it next
I'm sorry for cutting you out of the podcast. Completely unintentional, but I will take the blame for it. So,
I accept your apology.
thank you.
I called in, I really wanted to contribute to the podcast as I've been waiting on the waiting list to be a guest for a while. But
Oh, well, thank you for that.
I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be here.
We are
Finally.
not even making a deal. Like, this is completely authentic. This is pretty hot. I can tolerate heat pretty well, but who's gonna crack first, guys? I don't know.
Not me. Not me.
I'm
Next bite.
Mine's almost gone.
I'm about to pass
Oh, I
out.
take small bites.
Dude, I'm gonna just drink the water. I'm gonna be real. It's not worth it.
Mine's gonna be gone within the next bite.
That
That's
one
for the dead
didn't even-
homies.
I didn't even feel that one.
It's deceptively sweet. I like that. But it's so
wanna-
spicy.
I want to thank my grandma for... Sorry, I want to thank my very Korean grandma for teaching me the ways of spice tolerance. I'm doing
Okay.
fine. You guys are like flaking right now.
Oh yeah, you're doing fine, Joe. I'm not drinking water.
See,
Okay, your spiciest
Have I?
part per million percentage of like your body is like so much greater than ours.
He's got a point. He
Next
has a
bite.
point.
you just need to be at peace with yourself and just think to yourself. Just think about the
I'm
cold.
finishing it.
Yeah, I'm done.
What? What do you mean?
Mine's gone.
I still have a ton left.
Yeah.
Mine's gone. I'm just taking big bites.
Then you guys forfeit.
I'm taking big bites.
I think Xavier wins, actually.
How did he win?
He ate the whole thing. I mean,
It's gone.
Well, that was a challenge. I would have done that.
Mine's gone too.
Yeah, mine's gone.
I'm just not gone.
Josh,
I feel like you gave me extra, bro.
I did not. This was...
See, I think Josh.
I can adapt to the spice.
tolerance.
You thinking your grandma now?
Throw up on me.
See, he was
Next
taking
bite.
small bites. He had a lot left, and now that he's taking bigger bites, he's
I'm
having
taking-
problems.
We're putting it in, baby.
I'm not
It's gone.
drinking first, but for all those ladies that are watching, I'm holding on strong for you.
That's facts.
What?
Gotta get. You okay?
Yeah, I'm great.
I have a sore throat. They don't combine very well.
They
Alright,
what?
can we move on to topics? I can't speak anymore because it's so burning.
It's so burning. It is so
pretty
burning.
safe.
Water. I gotta give in, boys. I'm giving
So,
in.
Oh, take them for the team.
I'm not drinking water all podcast. I'll tell you that right now.
My mouth is vibrating.
It's
Oh
actually
my
false,
god.
Bite.
Just think about the Arctic tundra. Think about being in Alaska right now.
Oh, I love Alaska
Think about
so
anything
much.
other than anything other than the heat. Think about the cold. Think about how nobody could prove to you that reality is real. Am I right?
Can you talk about that for a little bit?
I'd love to.
Yeah, and start it off. Introduce it.
I'd love to.
My nose is running much.
So I would. You guys are
I'm not giving in.
high heat tolerance.
Sucked one down, man.
High heat tolerance.
Yeah, thank your grandma.
I'm not crying at least.
High heat tolerance. Thinking it's grandma. Anyway, am I allowed to talk
I
about
finished
this?
the noodle. Oh yeah, you're good.
All right.
You can drink, bro.
So
I finished the noodle, so we're good.
I wouldn't say. Well, maybe I'd say that I'm a borderline solipsist.
is my last
Solipsist.
bite.
Can you give us
Oh,
a
what does that
definition-
mean?
definition of the word?
So, a solipsism is the belief that. So basically, everything that you see, everything around you, all senses that you receive, that's all called the phaneron, right? So the phaneron is like your mind, basically, like
Anaron.
yes.
Okay.
Basically, your mind, everything that comes in, everything, just your mind, what you think, everything. That's what phaneron is.
That's mine.
And so, solipsism is the belief that nothing outside of your phaneron exists, and it's purely based off the fact that nobody can prove that reality is real. You cannot prove that reality is real in any way.
So you saying we
To-
each
Bro, what was
all
in that
have our
ramen?
own reality?
I think
You could not simulate Josh's wedding being this.
basically a simulation, because all you know and all you can know is what is in your head, and that's it.
Stop breathing that at me.
can't
Just
help
drink
it.
Josh, you're not
water.
breathing the mic. Okay.
I want to know. I want to know your thoughts.
Okay,
about
let me ask you this: Do you
All right.
think that we have our own free will in this simulation, or that this is like a kind of
I
Calvinist
think no.
predetermined
The
thing?
belief of solipsism is that it's not. It's just you. Like you
Oh.
don't exist. It's just one. It's just you. You're one being, and everything that is in your head is completely made up, and reality is within your head only.
so what you're saying is
And that basically nothing exists.
you're just a figment of my imagination,
Figment-
as well as everything around me.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, if that is true, then why does it matter?
So Xavier, I have a question. So like,
Not necessarily that does matter.
Yeah, answer his first real quick.
It's not.
What?
It's not necessarily that
Why
it
is
does
everything
matter,
so inefficient then? Like, why wouldn't my brain think of things more efficiently than they are?
because your belief, your want to believe that reality is real, makes it so that you can't like be a god.
But
or, like,
what establishes that sense of rules or belief?
I don't know. See, I don't know.
So do you not believe in like luck or chance? It's just like you think that just
No. I don't. I'm not like so. Basically, people that are like believe in this kind of like go crazy, right? Because like they don't think that like. For example, this one lady like killed her landlord, and then and then argued that that she like lived in the Matrix and like nothing existed. It was just her mind, and so she was found innocent by reason of insanity, and so then she just got sent to like
I feel like so many people abuse like innocent by reason of
for sure,
insanity.
for sure. You could just do that.
Like that's the easiest way to
I
get
mean,
out.
if you think about life and death for too much, you're gonna go crazy. It's pretty intense, like the whole
sure.
topic of everything. It's just too much to really wrap your mind around. You
Even
can't really
even
do
if
it.
this is a simulation, I don't really see why it matters. I mean, you just
I,
live
It doesn't-
I do
no,
agree with Josh on that.
it doesn't.
live
It
out,
doesn't.
You just like it doesn't really.
It doesn't matter. No.
It doesn't at all. But I don't like really believe in it that much. Just I only agree with the fact that like because reality really cannot be proven. Like I don't know that like
yeah, that's true.
I mean, if you believe that, then like, what are you doing? man?
Exactly.
What's the point?
No,
what are you doing?
It
That
is
is
a very
facts.
interesting topic because like no one can
Yeah.
what you're saying. No one can go and just prove it. So
Like, okay. I don't believe any of this, but like I'll go along with it.
yeah.
There's other things like you can't like prove like you can't prove that I'm seeing the same colors that you are.
Yeah.
True.
Like there's no that weirds me out that like
Well,
You're
I
purple.
think
No,
about
no,
that
but if
too.
you, because you're always gonna compare the same word to the same color that you're seeing in your mind.
I feel like I heard something about someone like saying that they were able to disprove that, but
Really?
I could
Well,
be wrong.
there's-
I
don't
don't
even
know.
know.
Disprove the
myself.
color thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not completely
There
sure.
is a thing that you can like. There's glasses that puts everyone on the same playing field.
But
So
how
it's
would
like,
you like?
Well, it's like because it just ups
break
like
it-
some people's like have higher intensity color vision, so that when they put those on, it doesn't change
That's
anything.
I don't
for
think
them.
we're,
That's
I don't
not
think
how
we're
it
talking
No, if you
works.
just
No,
break it
that's like-
down.
no, that's like
yeah,
the
that's what
color
I'm saying.
thing.
If
Like,
everyone has
you
the same
can't-
rods and cones.
It's just weird
same
when you
colors.
think about it, because like, okay, to me, this wall is brown, but like to Joseph, the wall could be red.
It could
Because he
no, but
learned-
it will also be brown to me. But the actual color
Yeah.
that you're
Yeah, I know,
experiencing
because
will be different.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you could be seeing it as red, but because you learned it as
yeah,
brown,
but
that's
like
brown,
I've been taught
you
the
know?
vocabulary that
guess.
is
That's what I'm
brown.
saying, yeah.
Yeah,
But your
like,
brown
my-
could be like his red. or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But like, what if it is red and brown? Like, you could be seeing completely, like, just certain, to some extent, it has to be somewhat similar, or else like we couldn't function in society. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, could you imagine, like, you try to paint your wall, and your wife's like, ew, that looks terrible, and you're like, no, it looks fine. And, like, that would just be so weird to think about, like, that entire scenario.
I think it's more of a slight adjustment than that. I don't know though.
I really think it's probably very similar.
It's
Like, I don't
gotta-
think there's so
yeah.
many things that like humans are similar, and like our hands work the same way, like our whatever nostril, like things work the same way. So it's likely that it would be the same experience.
Like, Xavier, do you really believe that like nothing's real?
No,
You're
not
just
necessarily.
saying-
Not necessarily.
You're just suggesting it.
Okay, so also, well, okay, so like, nothing bad. Like, I'm a very privileged person, I would say. Like,
We're all privileged people.
exactly,
at this
yeah,
table.
yeah. No, but like, when something like I'm like nervous about or like I'm like questionable about like is happening or like say I don't know something big like I don't know applying for colleges like I didn't need to worry about that but like obviously I was still like scared like what if I'm not accepted to like the college that I want to go to but like everything has like worked out like perfectly in my life. Every big thing I needed to happen in my life, needed or wanted to happen, has happened without any issue. So I mean, like, I just think about that.
Are you
Like,
saying that supports the simulation that you're?
I guess, yeah. But also, I really don't believe that for the most part. Just the fact that like, it's just interesting that reality like cannot be proven. I cannot ever know for sure that
I mean, if
like
you
you
say that,
guys
you can't really
exist
prove
and you guys
anything
have
by
your
that
own.
standpoint.
But like, would one person even have the mental capacity to like be able to create that much? Like, obviously, like we haven't found like the mental limits of a human, but like to be able to establish, you're establishing all of human history on top of your own experience, on top of other people's interactions with you, on top of emotions. You established an entire language by yourself. You like did all these things, like.
And you establish
I don't-
everything like you can learn, you know, like there's
Yeah,
so much you can
have
learn.
Yeah, no,
limit. I don't think it's possible. Like I think that
Yeah, I
alone
understand
makes
that.
it unfair.
If this
Yeah.
is like an actual simulation and we're just like all part of someone's weird creation, you don't know anything about them. You know, it could be something like someone's super smart or like they're just like billions of light years ahead of us and they've just had the capacity to create this kind of
I mean, would you want to know you were part of a simulation though? Really?
no, not to me that much.
Well, if you were part of a simulation, maybe they want you to think you're part of a simulation to think it's crazy, and then you're actually in a simulation.
Exactly.
See, they have people. Whoever came up with the Matrix, they had them come up with that movie to throw off all suspicion.
Yeah,
'Cause you're like,
yeah.
well, if people already think about this, obviously we're not in it. We're already past that point.
Well, if you're in a simulation, simulation, like you could go one of two ways. Like you could either be like, oh wow, this is just a simulation. There's no point, so why even care? Or you could be like, oh, I want them to like be impressed with me or something, so I'm gonna like overfunction. You know,
Overfunctioning.
like yeah.
Leadership
Shout out
podcast.
to,
Shout out to Mr. Moore, Mr.
Hope you're
McMahon.
watching out there. Yeah. Anyway, so
I think it's interesting because I guess like reality can never be proven. That also ties into our big topic of the day of are aliens real or not?
I mean, you tried.
it's funny because if you listen to my outline, Patrick, you know that we're doing other stuff first. So
Wow. What's
Well,
next on the schedule?
We can come back to that.
Well, we will come back to that. But next, we're gonna. I think Josh has a.
Is this a food
for
thing?
us to no.
Oh, why?
The funny tweet that you were gonna share.
I can do
First
that.
tweet?
Yeah.
So this was one of our few recurring themes, but it's only reoccurred 3 times, and it's our 10th episode. So
As a what?
Okay, everybody.
3%
It's cold.
So I'm sure a few of you have heard about this, but Tesla recently unveiled their new base model $35,000 Model 3, right? So they tweet $35,000 Tesla Model 3 available now. And this guy, he's a Tesla owner, and he replies, at Elon Musk, now that the long-range Model 3 rear-wheel drive is $7,000 less than what it cost me in 2018, can I have full autopilot for free? This wouldn't cost Tesla a penny, and you would have lots of happier customers.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't get the.
He's asking. Okay, so basically, for those of you who don't know, autopilot in Tesla is like an option that's I think it's like a couple $1,000.
Yeah, it's an add-on.
Couple $1,000 more, and this guy is asking to get that for free just because the benchmark Tesla Model 3 has been lowered to $35,000. That's like asking for if you have a video game, and there's like you just buy the base video game and DLC comes out for it, and like. Honestly,
no.
that's kind of a bad comparison.
No.
It's
what
like
I'm saying.
it's like so like if a AAA video game comes out at $60 and then like a week later they lower the price.
Oh yeah,
to like
that would be
30.
a better example.
Yeah,
and they lower the
the
price,
price.
and you're like, oh, can you just give me like,
The extra
maybe
content.
DLC for free
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
yeah, that's just so dumb.
Hey man,
It would cost Tesla nothing.
you think Elon Musk cares? No, this guy.
No,
he
Elon
just-
Musk does not care.
He just took a big W with that latest rocket launch. Did you see that?
I did not. I don't.
So
really
it was
keep
like
up with
all
SpaceX.
coming up to this, and like the SpaceX rocket launch. I'm pretty sure it's successful. I mean, there's like it's still in space or whatever, but they're gonna be sending NASA astronauts back up with SpaceX most likely.
Really?
Really?
So we won't have to mooch off the Russians anymore. Hey, Vladimir Putin. No.
So are they like? All right. So I have a question. So does SpaceX not have like astronauts then, or the?
Well,
they
they've
just,
just been
like-
doing unmanned flights because they're not like officially
Yeah.
supported yet.
Okay.
So they have like sensors and stuff inside the cabin so that they
Alright.
can test.
I mean, not to go off topic or anything, but do you guys think the moon landing's real? I mean, we're talking about space and stuff.
You
The
know,
moon
I almost
landing.
put that in the conspiracy theory video, and then I thought about how stupid it was, and I realized not to put it.
The guy's name
Moon
is
landing was
Wow, you guys
definitely fake.
disrespected Hayden.
Definitely fake.
Do you legitimately think
I
that?
believe we went to the moon, but all like the footage and stuff we wrote was all completely fake.
You really?
Yeah.
You really think?
I
that?
think we went to the moon, but I think like all the evidence, it's all fake.
I'm gonna suggest a video on YouTube. It's oh crap. Wait. Something ruins Adam ruins everything.
Oh,
I would
love
watch
Adam.
that
Adam
episode.
ruins everything.
I love Adam.
I
Ruins
love him,
Everything.
man. He's great.
Yeah.
Watch his moon landing episode. Disproves everything. That's all you.
Disproves
need
the
to know.
conspiracy theory.
The conspiracy
Or-
theory.
Okay.
Like everything's disproved.
I'm sorry, I can't stand that guy.
I've never
He's
even
just
heard
like-
of this guy.
He's
Um,
not-
Was it
Yeah,
the
I've never
hair?
heard of
His
him
hair
either.
was a little
It's not the
annoying.
hair.
He's
It's
an
just
attractive
that
man.
I watched
His
a few episodes. My uncle showed me a few episodes of it, and he's so incredibly biased to like the leftist agenda.
I suppose.
Hey, we're a no
we're-
politics.
I mean,
Hey,
no, yeah.
All right, point.
All right, back on the moon landing.
I see that.
Ben Shapiro's doing really great.
The guy's name was Buzz Aldrin. That's like a dumb name. Like they could have come up with like Larry Stevens.
Larry Stevens has got to be the most basic name anybody could come up with.
Well, I'm just saying like Buzz is
No.
so.
John Smith.
I'd
John
be a lot more
Smith.
suspicious
John
than-
Smith is
John
a-
Smith. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
that's a
Bob
good one.
Jones, Bob Brown, something like that. You know,
There's more basic names out there.
For sure. So I think Buzz Aldrin
like
doesn't.
Joseph Carbo for sure.
Oh yeah,
Patrick
very basic.
Bunnell.
Imagine having that name.
That would suck.
I pity the fool.
It kind of sucks having a last name so close to an actual first name. My boss calls me David,
Really?
and that's like that's my last name.
You know what else sucks? Having a last name no one can pronounce. I think I've like counted the number of people, and I'm pretty sure I can't even go double digits on the number of people that I pronounce my name right the first time.
Miss Richards says Bane, Bane.
She
She
does.
pronounces your name,
Yeah,
last
really.
name Bane, and she calls you by it instead of Josh.
I mean, if I just looked at the spelling, there would be no way I'd be able to pronounce it right.
Yeah, I mean,
it looks
still,
like
it's just-
Bowen.
I'd say Boehm.
Yeah,
I
honestly, I
used to
probably
say
would too if I didn't know. But
I'm pretty sure I said Josh Bowman to like 8th grade. So
I've heard
Yeah.
so many people absolutely butcher Joseph's name for no reason.
Oh,
the
yeah.
one sub freshman year, she was doing attendance. She goes, "Joe Cargo Bow."
no,
That's
you know
good.
what's the saddest part though? People spell my name, and 9 times out of 10 they misspell my first name but get my last name correctly spelled.
'Cause your last name
Cardboard.
spelled
Like
wow.
out.
literally
Phonetic
Joseph. They
sounds
spell
good.
Yeah.
JOESPH.
Oh yeah.
Like it doesn't look right.
Oh.
People, come on.
A lot of people say Bunnell, and a lot of people spell my name with one L.
Yeah, I could see
yeah.
that.
A lot of people spell my last name with one L.
That's a mistake.
That's
though.
a common
That's
mistake.
Can we talk about
Yeah.
Schoenberg though? Like how many people
Oh
misspell
yeah, I
that?
don't even want to.
That's
Oh.
a rough last name.
It's
I've known how to spell his last
I
name
was
for a
very-
long time.
It's just the- it's the S-
SCHOENBERG.
baby.
It's the SCH that gets people because the rest
Yeah.
you can sound out, but people don't know if it's like show SHOW.
Yeah. I was
or
very
just-
proud when I
yeah.
figured out how to spell it.
Yeah, it's probably the E in like Schoenberg, but also like probably like BURG or BERG. That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the other one.
Yeah.
In my letter to you, or well, not to you, to
Letter?
myself in
Oh,
7th
okay.
grade, to my future self.
Miss Joza. Shout
Yeah.
out to Miss Joza.
Shout
if
out-
you're watching
Thanks for
this.
sending those out.
Those-
Everybody-
those-
This is all West too. She did the same.
Everybody hated Miss Joza. I loved Miss Joza. I thought she was. Let me tell you this.
Sorry.
The next year in 8th grade, this is how I know Miss Joza was the real deal. She was a great English teacher. She was a great English teacher. So the next year, we were going over like the plot diagram, expedition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. And we had like a pop quiz. It wasn't like for a grade, but the teacher, Miss Woods, on 8-1, I believe, she wanted to see where everyone stood, if everyone knew it. And so she had everyone write it down on a piece of paper, and then at the end she called everyone's names that got it completely correct, 100%. And then she told everyone that got it right to stand up and said, if you were on 7-1, stand over here, 7-2, and 7-3. Everyone got in their groups, and then she called off she asked who out of everybody that got it wrong, what team they were on. And not a single person that was on 7-3 got it wrong. Everybody that was on 7-3 got it right, and they were standing up, including some people that aren't the brightest. I won't call any names, but some people...
No, don't call out any names.
But some people that may not even be in high school anymore got it right. And everybody, even people that are just not bright.
Yeah.
Got it right.
I'll give her this. Okay, I didn't like the way she taught. Like, tally and underlining is useless. I'm sorry. Okay.
Oh man, that was rigorous.
Yeah, it was rigorous, but she did teach us a lot,
Yeah,
and she was very good at it.
it stuck with people. I still know how to spell her last name, J-O-Z. S-A.
Well, and you always had to say good morning, Mrs. Joza. And you
Yeah.
had to say, may I go to the restroom? Because every time I said,
Oh,
can I go to the restroom? She's like, I don't know, can you? I'm like, I think I can.
I mean, for how easy, simple the class was, it was a 7th grade class. She is up there for English teachers, comparable to Stratton and stuff.
Really?
Not okay, obviously Stratton's course is way harder, and
But for the age.
but just for the age, it was basically in my opinion taking Stratton's honors 10 course.
I
Like,
definitely feel like
relative,
it was with
relative.
POSEC in 8th grade. It was definitely very rigorous, but I think I learned some stuff. I don't know if I liked her quite as much as you like Mrs. Joseph, but I respected her teaching style. We had Mrs. Painter in 7th grade, but she was very nice, great teacher. We did a prepositional puppet show, so that was pretty sweet.
That's cool.
But I can't say I learned a ton in there. But yeah, I don't know.
See, that's the thing about Josa. I didn't like her, but I very much respect her. That's the thing.
we had to
Oh,
do
yeah.
a lot of writing in there, though.
Well, Joseph,
Yeah, I remember. By the way, in 7th grade, sorry, but this kid used to be almost illiterate.
Oh man.
I mean, that might carry on till today. Let's be real here.
Shots fired.
I mean,
Wow.
when Mrs. Joseph would always go, okay, pass your journal entries up. And I'd be like, great. Now I have to
Journal
read
entries.
Because
Journal.
it was a steno pad, and they always have the lines down the middle of the page. And he wouldn't write across it. He would write down the first column and then down the second column.
Yeah.
I went to school today. I pet my dog.
And then
I hated the journal
the
entries.
lines were this big, so I'd have a long word and I'd put a hyphen and it would extend down on the next line and stuff. So Josh had no idea what I was
No,
saying.
yeah, I was the first time I ever read it, it was my summer was great to the pool. And I was like, what? Wait a second, it goes down this way.
We had bell work in that class every day too, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did have bell work. It was a great class.
I remember
I loved it.
on April Fool's, she was in such a bad mood that day, but she still wanted to like do a prank on us. So we walked in. She stands up. She goes, "You guys have 20 scope worksheets for homework." And we were all like, "Okay, this is an April Fool's joke." And she goes, "Ha ha, April Fools. Now let's get to work." And I was like,
That's
You have
classic.
19 scope worksheets.
And she has the best decorations outside of her home. You guys know where she lives?
I
yeah?
don't know.
Yeah.
everybody.
I have to drive
Everybody
by.
knows
I used
where
to
she
drive by her
lives.
house all the time.
Yep.
I do have to say that I
Iconic.
prefer her to some English teachers I've had.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, man.
I would prefer her to
Names.
some teachers too.
Not gonna say names.
Wow.
I felt kind of alienated because I was on 7 and 8 1. So
Alienated. That's a good.
Loser.
I was on.
at least I was in the smart teams and not the
Yeah.
special ed
This-
teams.
No, I was on.
I was on 8-1. I was on 8-1.
No, I'm sorry. 8-2 was the special ed team. No, I would look around and I was like, they sprinkled this in here.
Yo,
Like,
for
Can we
sure,
talk
for
about
sure.
how absolutely god awful mastery learning was?
No, I swear. Like,
What was
I
that?
don't know what
Mastery,
that
that
was.
was the
The science
easiest
thing.
Eighth
Yeah,
grade
where we
science
switched.
was the easiest science I ever had in my life. It was easier than first grade science. I
We
did
switched
nothing.
science classes
yeah.
like once a week or
That was
something.
dumb. That was
That
really
was-
dumb.
that was-
I remember Mrs.
I
Fulton.
loosely remember
Mrs. Fulton
that.
was such a nice teacher,
Mrs.
and
Fulton,
she
yeah.
tried to be so expressive. I remember when she explained that she was like, "You're gonna have your first assignment." I can't remember what the first two were called, but I remember the last one was enrichment because she went. Then you have enrichment, and it's going to teach you more. And I was like,
Wait,
I
"Calm
made a
down."
telescope.
Wasn't that the room across from like the band room, or close to the band room, kind of?
Yeah, dude. We
Didn't you have a crush on her?
Oh,
Wow.
Some steamy drum.
I don't understand why you guys think I have a crush on
Josh,
every
Josh,
female
Well, I
teacher
mean,
I've had.
Josh,
when you have a
answer
certain-
the question.
Miss Fulton?
No.
This is really weird because she was always on maternity leave. So
Oh, Miss Fulton. You're talking about Miss Fulton, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Aiden and I had her 7th grade.
I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moses.
She cried the last day of school because we were her first class, her first students that she ever taught. Yeah, I remember crying because
Remember
we
Mr.
tried to
Moses?
play Mr. Moses.
Plays in playing chess?
I have
Moses?
repressed Mr. Moses into the.
I beat him in a
depths of
game
my
of chess.
mind.
I beat him in a game of chess, and that's all I care
like
about.
No, I remember
He was dope.
Mrs. Joseph. The reason why I didn't like her because I felt like she was on a power trip. Like I went to Mr. Saylor's room first,
Ooh.
and it said Mr. Saylor's class rules. Mr. McKeel said Mr. McKeel's class rules. Mrs. Fulton's same thing. I went to Joseph's room. Didn't say Joseph's rules. It said Team 7-3 rules, and I'm like, you need to make rules.
That is
Oh.
a power move.
It's the
right
subtle things, the
She would
little
walk in.
things.
You gotta
She would walk
sneak
in
in
during
there.
science and go, You're making sure they're tallying and underlining their stuff, right?" And Mrs. Fulton would be like, "Yeah, totally." And she'd just walk out. And I'm like, "This is her first year here. Calm down."
I was extremely upset to find out that my brother wasn't going to have her in 7th grade. I really wanted my brother to have Joseph, but he didn't.
who do you have?
I don't know who he had, but he didn't have Joseph.
My brother has only had Mr. McKeel, who's a great guy, and Mr. Jarvis, who's also a great guy.
Mr. You're the cream of the crop.
Loves Joseph.
Okay, well, I think we've digressed for a little too long talking about
Yeah, you're right.
7th and 8th
Well,
grade.
progressing is
You said you felt alienated.
I thought we were going in off of that.
Okay, before we do
Your
that,
transitions are out of this world.
That was good. That was good.
Before we
Anyway,
do that,
Josh,
I
you're
think
right.
I should.
There's no better way to end a digression than going back to one of our other recurring topics.
But before that recurring topic, you guys have to try this new food I brought for you.
Oh, we're just going in and out.
You didn't even go ahead.
There is
Okay.
no roadmap.
This is gonna be good. So you guys all have to close your eyes. I think this is edible.
Oh god.
Okay.
Sick. 4 mixed
If we all
members
die,
and 2
we-
guests
we
found
enjoyed
dead.
this.
Okay. So everyone close their eyes real quick. I gotta get up.
Please don't kill me.
Don't bump the table, Josh.
I won't. Okay. Eyes closed. Eyes closed.
Josh is about to give us all psychedelics, and we're just gonna go crazy.
DMT.
You
DMT.
can spit this out if you want to. I guess.
I'm scared. What
Is
are you
it
putting in
good?
your mouth?
Okay, you probably shouldn't spit it out.
I know what
Save
this
your
is and
hand
I'm
up.
not eating it.
Hand out?
If Josh isn't, no, Josh, you have to eat it.
You have to
I'm
eat
They're
not eating
they're
it.
You have
pills,
to
bro.
eat
They're
it.
I'm
pills.
not
They're
eating
pilled? Bro,
They
you're giving
feel
us like
It's
cyanide.
straight up
Okay.
drugs.
Okay. Go ahead and eat it.
Bro,
With
what
my
is
eyes
that?
closed or
Bro,
open?
is this a bug? Is this a
No, it's not a
Is this
bug.
dog food?
Just eat it.
I'm not eating it. It feels like
Josh,
dog
are you
food.
eating it? You have to
I'm
eat
not
it.
eating it because I know what it is.
No, what is it?
My eyes are open. My eyes are
Why are
open.
you opening your eyes? It's dog food.
I'm not eating this.
You're not supposed to open your eyes.
That's
actually put it in my mouth. Josh.
What is wrong with you?
I felt it, I smelled it, and I was like, absolutely not.
Oh my god, Josh.
Josh
Wow.
is literally straight.
Wow.
I almost ate that.
You should have said I think it's edible. You shouldn't have said that
Yeah, that was
because I would have eaten it.
Yeah.
I would have thought it was candy the way it felt.
Dang.
I thought it was like a weird
is
like
wrong
beetle
with
in my hand. What is- Josh.
All right.
just-
Anyway, our last recurring topic is one of my personal favorites. Okay, because I got a train fact for you guys.
Oh, can I ask you a question real quick first?
Yes.
All right. So Blueface, a rapper,
Never heard of him. Never heard of him.
he said diamonds bussin' like the metro. How does it make you feel? Oh, the light's going off.
Oh, that's okay.
No, it's not
Wait,
anymore.
it's just a- It's
Just do it, just-
never mind.
Oh.
It's fine. It's all good.
All right. Blueface. Blueface said diamonds bussin' like the metro. How does it make
Okay,
you feel?
so he could be referring to the DC Metro, the Miami Metro,
Okay.
or the LA Metro, because Metro is not a general term.
Or the New York City Metro.
That is not what it's called. Okay, there is a
It's
New
the
York
Metro.
City subway, and I know I'm leaning on you, but you refuse to move the microphone, so this is your fault.
On
Anyway,
the dead homies.
there's only 3. As far as I'm concerned, there's only 3 metro systems. I'm sure there's more in the United States. Their legal name is Metro. Like you go to Washington D.C., all the subway cars it has Metro.
Can we get
But
into
there's-
our fun track of the or train of the day?
We're getting there. All the cars, they have the Metro logo, and there's a little copyright next to it because it's copyrighted, okay? So you can't go calling the New York City subway the Metro because it's not called the Metro, Joseph.
All right,
okay?
get into your thing.
Yes. The MTA, the subway system, not the Metro system, released the names of their 2...
Doesn't the M stand for Metro though?
Oh, God.
Metropolitan
That's what the dead looks.
Transit Authority. Metropolitan, as in city.
Oh, so they named the area after the metro that goes
That's
through
what it's
it.
called, a metropolitan area. That's what a city is called.
So, it's
So
like the
wouldn't
ice
you
cream
think that there'd be a
Neapolitan?
metro?
The
in a
tri-state area is what he's getting
You're
at.
so funny. Anyway, just
That's facts. It's the dead homies.
Just let me get to the end and we'll be done. Anyway, they released the name of the new A Division train. It's going to be the R262.
Like the R2D2, like R2D2.
Sure.
Which metro line is it gonna go on?
That was literally
Subway line.
No, but I don't know. But my Blueface quote, I don't think you understood. He said diamonds bussin' like a bus,
Ooh.
bussin' like the metro. So that's just wrong, right? Because
Yeah.
the metro isn't there. It's not a
Well,
bus system.
Like the Akron Metro is just a bus network. They don't have trains.
Oh, okay.
But the New York metro is not a bus network.
Okay.
Just to clarify, I just wanted to make sure everyone is very clear.
Now,
the New
I
York
could talk to
metro
you-
is
That was a
not.
nice point, Greg.
job,
Respect to
Joseph.
Everybody who heard that. I could talk to you guys about where I think if we were to have an Akron area metro system, where the lines would go.
No, I think we're good.
That's
We're
gonna
really,
I think
no.
we can save that for the next episode.
all right.
Season
Season
2.
two.
Season
I'll
2.
say Route 8 would be the blue and green line. 91 would be the red line.
Hey,
Graham
save
Road-
some for
Season
season
two.
2.
Okay,
Season
okay.
2.
All right.
Fans got to be excited for
Can we
something.
get into the alien thing now?
Why?
I'm trying to transition into this.
I can talk about his precious aliens. So.
All right, I think they're real. All right, anyone agree with me? Like, I want to hear some facts.
Let's just go around the table and see what everyone has to
Like,
say.
I-
Real or
I-
fake? Real or fake?
like
Joseph's
With-
always very opinionated.
with our vast
Well,
universe,
okay,
there's
bro.
got to be other signs of life. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, there's got to be aliens out there.
Yeah, there's an illegal citizen in
you
my
bugged
basement
us
right
this
now.
long for that.
All right,
I mean,
yeah.
never
A
mind.
lot of illegal immigrants, yes.
Okay, not
You're
politics.
talking about aliens,
Space
right?
aliens.
Space
Oh.
aliens. Like
Space
Space
aliens.
aliens.
Oh, thank you for the clarification.
That's what the dead loves.
There are none of those chained in my basement, I promise.
Josh, are you
Someone-
suggesting that ET is indeed out there?
He could be.
He's 10 million years old.
I mean, assuming the universe is
Or is that just part of
basically
Steven
infinite.
Spielberg's
Basically
reality?
infinite. It is infinite.
If,
I mean,
if
aliens
the
are-
universe is infinite, then everything exists out there.
By the way,
Oh.
I don't think she is watching, but if my second cousin
Think about
down in
that.
Georgia is watching, sorry about talking about ET. She hates ET. My dad likes to harass her on Facebook by sending her pictures of ET, and she'll like cry because she's so afraid of it.
Thanks, Josh.
But anyway, yeah.
Joseph, do you have an opinion on this?
Yes, he does.
You suggested this.
Oh
I got a
my
question
God, my
actually.
glasses
Go.
just came off.
So, I don't know if I'm for the alien. Like, okay, I understand the idea
Nope,
that
pick a side.
probability.
Patrick.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm getting. I understand that probability-wise, there definitely should be aliens. The universe is expanding, that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I guess I'm just very human-centered, but I just feel like there aren't any, at least advanced life forms out there. I feel like they would have already contacted us, which is obviously a ton of theories of why they haven't contacted us, since it's expanding, they can't reach us, blah, blah, blah. But, I don't know.
And that's what I'm thinking, like, the universe is constantly expanding. Like, the bigger it gets, the smaller the chance that there's nobody else.
But still, you feel like some civilization.
Do you think the universe is infinite? Does it go on forever?
I don't think
As
it's
far as we
infinite.
know, who knows?
I don't think it is.
Because
I think
if
there
the
will be a
universe
limit.
is infinite, then everything exists.
Minecraft world.
Okay, but for all practical purposes, it's infinite to us because we will never reach the end.
Very true.
Like, the sun will burn out by the time we would be able to do that. But I don't think it truly is infinite. I don't think there's alternate, like, realities like it's reached that point.
Okay.
So you don't think it's like a multiverse? You
No,
think it's just one?
I'm not on the multiverse train.
I think your argument that
Metro, sorry.
I don't think that your argument that aliens probably don't exist because no other civilizations try to contact us, like,
That's just one.
you can't.
That's just one portion. I'm not basing it.
Well,
on
yeah, but like we haven't contacted any other civilization.
Yeah, but we're not that old. Like, we're not that.
Okay, well,
advanced.
other
I would think that
civilizations might not be
Okay, but other
advanced
galaxies
enough.
are supposedly a lot younger, so, like, I feel like, I don't know. Or, I mean, a lot older. So I feel like they would have civilizations that would have...
To Joseph's what he's saying here, Earth would be a very important, like, area for aliens to come visit.
No, okay, obviously,
So-
okay. I'm just saying, like,
I think
no
they separate
signs.
things.
And,
No,
like,
no,
we have
I'm
the Hubble
serious.
telescope, so we can see pretty far. So
Yeah.
the fact that we haven't picked up... Obviously, it'd be very hard to see something like... we wouldn't be able to see a spaceship. But, like, if they're truly that advanced, they would have, like, a planet-sized deal going on or something significant. I guess a star size, because we wouldn't even be able to see a
No,
planet,
I was
but-
serious. Like, aliens would want to come to Earth.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh, you were saying... I thought you were
No, I'm
being
serious. No,
sarcastic.
like,
Okay.
we have water. Like, that's a pretty rare...
Okay, but, like,
We have
for-
water.
you
That's
know?
on the
There's
dead
a lot of
homies.
planets that have water.
What if
though.
they don't
Like
need-
Europa? What's that? That's a moon, but like that's got water. Mars had water supposedly, so like they're I don't know.
Well, what
I
if
feel
they
like
have
it's
different
not there.
elements?
What?
What do you mean?
Like,
Elaborate.
well, okay, I'm saying like if we value water, like what if they value like gold?
no.
So that's not a new element.
Yeah,
I
so
guess,
what he's-
but,
what he's
but,
trying to
like,
say-
we can't call it like I don't know what to call it, like
No,
Bottles up to our gold, you
No,
guys.
I'll explain what Patrick is trying to say.
Drink water.
Thank you, Aiden.
Lost.
Let me explain what
We've been
Patrick's trying to say.
drinking water
Okay.
for the
Hey, wait,
last-
wait,
The effect is
Aiden,
worn
Aiden,
off by now.
Yeah, the effect's
Aiden,
worn off.
Aiden,
I can.
Say it.
Aiden, go ahead.
Guys, let me
You
explain
drink
what Patrick's
water.
trying to say.
No, I didn't. I've not touched the water. That was
Oh my
before.
God.
Aiden, go ahead.
What Patrick is trying to say is like on Earth, all living things need water, right?
Yeah.
It's like crucial. So what if there's another planet and they don't need water? You know, is what he's
Oh,
saying. It's
okay,
like not
yeah,
their
no,
like
I
crucial
understand.
resource.
Yeah, I
because
wish you had
I'm
explained it
saying
that way.
water is important, but if other like life forms don't need water
Yeah,
as their
no, I
main
agree.
source, you know.
Yeah, so
So they need some other life sustaining element. Okay, like they need like
That
hydrogen
makes.
or
I
whatever.
thought you were
Yeah.
talking about like
Or
they have a
humans.
completely different periodic table with all brand new elements and stuff like that.
Okay, well, fair. One last thing I wanted to talk about is flat earthers. So,
What about me, Joseph?
I think everybody knows what this is. Basically, they believe the Earth is not indeed a sphere, but is in fact basically a two-dimensional plane, according to their toilets and other
All right.
fallacies.
I offer this question: if the Earth is round, then why isn't that rolling?
That's on the dead homies.
That is a
You have completely changed my
strong
mind.
evidence right there.
I regret everything.
I was a little worried because this table is actually editing. I mean, I was worried it was gonna start rolling.
Let's bring it full circle and come back to reality. Have you ever been in space? Have you seen the Earth?
I
Have you ever
not.
seen the spherical Earth for yourself?
All I have to
And
say,
how can you prove it if you haven't seen it?
all I have to say is all photos of the Earth from like the moon, flat, and that's on the dead homies.
Same thing.
It's facts.
Australia. Have any of you ever been to Australia before? Australia could be fake. There are people. No, I'm not kidding. There are people out there who legitimately believe that Australia is not real.
There are people out there that legitimately believe anything, like literally anything.
That's true. That is true.
Actually, facts.
From the dead homies.
No, but they have like conventions and stuff for this.
You ever
like,
seen Donald
full-on
Trump?
conventions. There's-
They're just
I would
Yeah,
go
for
one
furries
of-
too. They have conventions for furries too.
Patrick.
He's an actor. Okay. You ever seen Adam Sandler? It's not real.
What's happening?
What? Please explain that.
I kind of want to eat your ramen. It's pretty
It's
good.
yours, dude. You can have
That
it.
ramen
You didn't
was
even
not good.
finish
I'd use your fork.
You were
bro.
supposed
Yeah.
to finish it.
Aiden drank the water. He was done, man.
I was done. I think it was
My fork,
spicy,
bro.
dude.
You weren't gonna reuse it, were you?
No, I was
I'm
thinking about it.
Caucasian. I can't deal with spice. We
Yeah.
talked
Speaking
about
of
this.
that, so when we had Katie on, we talked about how she was.
Katie Goodnow.
Katie Goodnow. We had Katie Goodnow on the show.
Katie, who's Katie Goodnow? We are the best guests on this
These are the-
podcast.
Whoa.
Katie Goodnow.
We are
Katie
none of
Goodnow.
that, none of
When
that.
we
Let's
had
keep it
Katie
simple.
on the
okay?
podcast, we mentioned that she helped Mixed because she was a girl and she was the only one out of all of us. So
They don't exist. Females don't exist.
okay.
Never seen
You ever
one.
seen one?
Never seen one.
So what do you guys bring to Mixed? Like race-wise?
Josh, I can't believe you
Being
just
females are raised, Josh.
real appropriate for 2019. Come on.
Okay,
You guys
speaking
are the
for
worst.
Xavier, I think we bring a new energy to this podcast.
I'm not
that
talking about
is,
energy. I'm talking about color.
Crayola,
Hey,
give us the colors.
So I think I for myself add a little like Nesquik milk chocolate to.
What am I then? What
'Cause,
is
like-
milk chocolate am I then?
Oh man,
My cinnamon?
I don't know
Powder.
what was that the like Texas like canned chocolate milk that they have.
Canned, bro. I'm not canned milk. You call me canned milk?
Yoo-hoos.
Square up.
No. We're talking about color
in
wise.
Texas,
Yoo-hoo.
Oh, okay.
no,
Texas.
in Florida they have
Florida.
canned chocolate milk.
Ooh.
It comes in a can like a soda can, and it's called Yoo-Hoos.
Yoo-hoo.
I mean,
So
I've heard of
Nesquik,
those,
Yoo-hoo.
but I didn't know there was
Here,
canned.
I know what it is. So like you have those milk cartons at school, the chocolate milk.
I do not want to be
is the-
compared to that.
Xavier is the milk. Joseph is like the syrup residue at the bottom that's super dark.
Jesus.
There we
Yo.
go.
We're the same color, bro. What are you talking about?
Clearly, Josh has been thinking in advance for this. episode. He's been waiting for this moment.
I'm
to
actually-
speak
This
up.
is where Josh's
So-
true racist tendencies come out.
And then Aiden, what ethnicity?
We're 2%.
I can't even talk.
Oh, Aiden could talk about this. Yeah, he's
Oh,
royalty.
yeah.
Aiden is
Yeah,
royalty.
yeah.
My mom was born in Colombia,
Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay.
and my great grandpa was actually the president of Colombia for 2 years.
Wow.
That's on the
Yeah.
dead homies.
Actually,
Should we just-
actual
was he,
fact.
Did
Our
he
episode
like
on the-
move on peacefully, or was he like assassinated or something?
I believe he was under house arrest for the majority of his presidency.
He was an old
He
president.
was a good president.
Hey,
I will
man,
say
I
that.
He was very old. He served. He was one of the oldest presidents Colombia's ever had.
Respect, respect.
I'm pretty sure one of my great grandparents was like a duke of somewhere too. So
Kim Jong Un.
First out, Josh is Chinese. Second out, fair enough.
on my dad's side, which is not
Oh,
the
my
Chinese
bad.
side.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'll take it.
I'm also related to royalty. My dad, I just found out, is Scottish, and his ancestors were the kings of Scotland.
Really?
I find that hard to.
I don't think that's
No.
true. I'm gonna call you.
Not-
I think
No, but they're Scottish.
My grandpa was the bodyguard for the president in Sierra Leone. So
Wow.
my dad like got to
pretty
like go to
cool.
their house and stuff. for
your dad
presidential
was
house.
in the Olympics. Well, not the Olympics.
Okay,
Olympics.
yeah. Actually, fun fact: my dad was not in the Olympics, but he qualified for the Olympics in his country. But his country was too poor for the Olympics, and thus they did not go. So they went to some like sham, like Russian Olympics, because that was like, it was weird. But
My-
yeah,
Still pretty cool.
My great grandma dropped a really expensive pocket watch in a field, and then 4 years later she found it.
That was lame.
I know, there's nothing else
No,
about
that's actually in the same field.
Yeah,
That's actually
it
cool.
was like she lost it completely, and then she was just wandering in the field, and then she was like, "Hey,
That's cool.
there it is."
I like that story. Also, I think that Aiden and I should not be confined and defined by our colors that
I
we bring to
agree.
the mixed podcast.
We've moved.
By the way,
past
this is just a joke. I do not discriminate by race.
yeah.
Contrary to what we hear,
I think Aiden and I bring a lot of personality
Yes.
to the podcast. A lot of interesting facts between the two of us. I've learned how to walk 2 times.
Oh yeah,
And that's on the dead lugs.
Yeah.
What?
Oh.
I've had yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Homie's been through it. Homie's been
Yeah, I
Aiden
respect it.
has done a lot of cool things like save lives at the pool.
How many lives did you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Aiden, hit me up.
No, you
Don't
weren't
hit
there.
him. You're a fake lifeguard. Just leave him. Please do
Hey,
not
hey,
go
Fun
hey,
fact:
hey.
Patrick once fell asleep.
We do work in the same place.
I
I
have-
have to respect.
Oh,
I have
no.
2 saves.
You shouldn't have given to him. 2 saves. Wow.
My only save was on a little girl at Kent State, and it wasn't even a true save. But at Kent State, the rec center, they have a little whirlpool thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
got
I
sucked
love that. No,
And
I've been there before. It's so
you
fun.
can just you have to turn it off. You have to like go back to the like guardhouse or whatever, which is pretty far. So I was sitting in the chair, and this little girl with a floaty, she was probably 4 years old. She went in the whirlpool, and just started spinning around in circles. And so I was just sitting in the chair watching. 30 minutes pass. she's still going in circles. 30 mints.
The flat earthers.
She is still going in circles, but she hasn't said anything. She's kind of like she has this look on her face. She's like she's spinning around, and so it's like about to be safety break. So before I blow the whistle, I asked her mom. She's like, "Are you gonna help her get out or anything?" She's like, "Oh no, she can get out fine." And her mom just sits there, doesn't do anything. Okay, so I blow the whistle. I'm like, "Safety break." Everyone gets out. There she is, spinning around in circles. I turned back to mom again, like, are you gonna help her get out? She's like, oh, she can get out. She's done it before. I was like, fine, I'll give it a minute. Okay. She doesn't get out. So I get down from the chair and I use like the red tube and I like slowly pull her out and then bring her back to her mom. And that was the only save I ever did.
That's awesome.
That was a
funny.
great story.
I visualized that almost in my head. It was a great scene.
No.
It looked exactly as funny as I said it.
Imagine this little girl in the middle of a whirlpool, just like.
No, she was going in circles for a really long time. It was fun.
That's awesome. All right. Well,
Okay.
if you guys don't have anything else to say, we can probably call it a wrap on our.
Oh, we got plenty to say,
Oh,
Josh,
yeah.
but we could probably end it for the fans,
Yeah.
We'll leave them wanting more for season 2.
Okay.
It's like 2 in the morning right now. We're all a little tired.
It's not.
It's not 2. It's
Okay,
11:24.
disprove me.
Yeah, you
11:24.
have
I'm looking at
36
the
minutes
computer
to get
right
out,
now.
so I can go in bed.
It's a
before I kill
simulation.
you.
And I'll be editing
Wow,
this all
Whoa.
night.
I gave Josh an ultimatum, okay? Because he was the last one here, and I texted him. I said, if I'm not in my bed by 12 a.m., I'm going to murder you in your sleep.
I think
Josh, I'm gonna be up till like 4 a.m. editing this episode, so you can be
I
quiet.
have to
Alright.
work at noon.
Let's
Oh, no, I have to get up at 8 for church. Yeah.
Let's end this
Come
negativity. Let's just say we had a very successful first season. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to us every week, and then when we switched to twice a week or every other week. So
Yeah, that's twice a week.
We tried and we learned our lesson. But
I thought it was very successful. So I'm glad we completed a season. Thank you, Xavier. Thank you, Aiden, for coming on tonight.
thank you.
Glad to be here.
Just like Blueface said, I ain't turning down nothing. I turn nothing into something, little baby. That's on the dead looks.
Thank you.
Get out.
Thank you. We needed that.
I was waiting for that.
That
That's
is
what
just
the
what the
process
audience
is leading
needed
up
to
for that.
hear. No, but to be real, thank you guys so much for everything. This started off as just kind of a stupid idea, but it's really snowballed into something that's like meant a lot to us. So we appreciate the fans. And yeah, just thank you for everything.
it's been fun.
Thank you,
And we'll be back for
I still
season 2.
feel like it was yesterday that I was pouring those waters in the little cups for you guys.
Oh yeah, the memories.
Oh yeah. Yep,
Conspiracies.
first episode.
Animal fights. We've been through a lot together.
I think I'm gonna choose a giraffe. Why did I
Oh,
do
let me
that?
say something. Can I say something?
Yeah.
The polar bear is the best land animal, and the killer whale orca. It's not actually a whale. It's a type of dolphin. The killer
squid.
whale.
Giant squid would have killed killer whale.
The giant squid does not exist
Easy.
right now. Right now.
What?
Right now.
I
Wait, are we talking? Are we talking?
right now.
It's a simulation. The giant squid is
Are we
a
talking?
simulation.
Wait, sorry. When he said giant squid, I thought you were talking because like in
What
like.
do you mean? What do you-
listen,
what else we
no, I thought because like
No, but you know what does exist? The right fin whale.
no. When he said that, because like in like megalodon movies, there will be like a huge squid that like fights
Okay,
the megalodon.
yeah, no, I gave inaccurate like measurements for the giant squid. In reality, it's like 50 feet, not 150 feet. But no, they're real. Like they're out
They're
there.
pretty big.
I know.
They could take on a killer whale. Killer whale's not that big of a whale in comparison to other whales.
So
Well, it's not really a whale, but I get your point. I get your
Okay.
point.
Oh, it's not a whale. What is it then?
It's a dolphin.
Oh,
Is
okay.
it?
Yeah, look it up.
Then why is it
Oh,
called
that was a
killer
fish.
whale?
That's just what they call it. That's just the
You're
name they've
probably
given
right.
it.
You're
That's
probably,
just-
I've been disproven so many times. I'll give it
I
to you.
love killer whales. I love orcas.
Fair enough.
don't you marry one?
I love polar bears. They're
Have you
great
seen
animals.
Blackfish?
I've About SeaWorld, right?
Yeah,
I
I haven't
have not
watched it
watched
yet, but I've heard it's pretty horrific. Might want to check it out. I love Shamu as a big SeaWorld fan. But you know, did you see PETA ripped on Steve Irwin?
And everybody ripped on them.
Everyone
Yeah.
destroyed them. I was like, you
Yeah,
guys are
they're super
idiots.
quick,
You're
man.
ripping on him on his
There's a
birthday.
petition out there to classify PETA as a hate group now.
No, they are.
Because literally that's
100% they are.
They go into people's homes and they kill
PETA
their
will not be
animals.
sponsoring us.
Okay, that's like extreme.
No, it's true. Look it up.
They don't just like randomly go.
Did you
I
see,
heard a story about that, but they just don't randomly barge into people's homes.
Someone runs in and kills Ruby. I mean, they're like, don't even.
Did you guys see?
Cat herpes.
Did you guys see that they have a bot that responds to like everybody that tags them and then also puts in hashtag donate? So like people are saying crazy stuff like I can't wait to slaughter I can't wait to slaughter a whole like dog shelter at PETA. Thanks for the support, PETA. Hashtag donate, and they'll respond to that, say like, "Thank you for the support." That's the thing. That's the thing. It's all over Twitter. People say crazy stuff.
I should try that.
They probably
Yeah.
fixed it now, but that's pretty expensive.
Yeah,
That's
it's insane.
awesome.
It's
No,
insane.
I agree because I've seen a bunch like people like on their tweets they call out like you guys are going in to animal shelters and euthanizing all the animals and like half the tweets they don't respond. But whenever people mention that, they go for the truth about PETA's in-house care program. Just click this link.
They euthanize everything.
I know.
No, literally, they give them like a month and then they're just gone.
That's terrible.
Take them out to the back.
To the back.
To the farm they go.
Old Yeller.
Old Yeller.
Old Yeller.
Anyway,
Good
so
book, by the way.
as we reminisce, what did we talk about our first episode? I forgot.
All right, never mind.
Vaping. It was vaping. It
Vaping
was
in the bathroom, yeah.
By the way, that hasn't stopped.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd like to
So-
announce I personally bought every person in the mixed group a vape. For the
When that
Just kidding, I
episode
didn't
came
do that.
out, was the bathroom closed at that point, or had it not
Yes.
been yet
Yes,
closed?
it was
Okay,
closed. That's
now
why
it's
we
open.
talked about it.
Okay, yeah,
Well,
now it's open again.
we made a
They still have the
difference.
sign on it.
Yeah,
though.
we're bringing
they?
change this. No, we're not.
No, they still. So like, because we have practice at 3:00 inside, and so they'll keep that open. Like it like closes, or usually around like the janitors will come in and clean it around like 3:15 or whatever. And then when they close the door and lock it, they still have the sign up there that says the bathroom is closed due to continuous vaping. Like,
Hey, did we shout out Susie?
We didn't even talk
The
about the
article?
paper at all. The article
Bro,
at all,
did we
did
talk
we?
about the paper?
No.
No.
no. Hold that up. Hold that
Hey,
up.
we're in the paper.
Give him a quick shout out.
Oh,
Listen like the
For taking
Metro.
the time
Yeah,
to
thank
interview
you,
us,
Susie Lee. Thank you,
and
Brian Walsh, for the plug with Susie Lee.
But mostly thank you, Susie Lee.
When if you want to check out a copy of the Story That's My Soul, definitely look at the picture. The picture's great.
Oh no,
Schoolyard.
do not look at the
Let's all do our impersonation of Joseph in the picture.
yeah, it's good.
No, I look so derpy. Thank you, Susie, for the
Derpy.
article, but like,
Derpy.
I look
I
like a
don't think I've
kumquat
ever
in
used
there.
it legitimately.
Okay, we kind of said we were going to end this podcast like 10 minutes ago.
That's how we
Yeah.
do it. Mix things up, okay?
Yeah, let's mix things up.
Why don't we do that? So thanks for being here, you guys.
Can Aiden close
thanks
it,
for guest
please? That's
starring.
my last wish. Aiden,
Yeah,
close out.
Aiden and Xavier.
Close
please.
out.
all right, okay.
Yeah, close it out.
Realize
So-
these will be the last words of season 1,
Okay.
so make them good.
Okay.
No boo face, please.
All right. I want to have a heart to heart with everyone watching. So I consider myself the biggest fan of Mix Podcast, and I've watched from the beginning. I've also shouted Mix Podcast out on my social media, and I don't usually post on my Instagram story, but I did. I did before this too. I shouted Mix Podcast out. I've been waiting to be on as a guest for a very long time. I've been turned down a couple times. I've even called in, and it was edited out, but we got past that. I've been apologized to, and we moved on. But I'm on, and I wouldn't have wanted to be on any other episode other than this one, season finale, and I'm glad to be here. I'm very glad to be here, and I appreciate it, guys.
I mean, just following the journey of Mixed Podcast, it's really been an experience. I haven't even been on every episode, but I feel like I just know all these people so well. And it just means a lot to me to be able to be part of the last episode. So I'm really glad you guys were able to bring me on here today.
So, with watching every single episode and even live streaming with the Mixed Podcast account, I feel like I've created sort of a brotherly bond with everyone here. Strengthened our friendship that was already pre-existing, but I'm glad that I have done that, and I love you all. Thank you for having me.
We love you too.
We love you too, Xavier.
And Aiden.
Thank you, Xavier. Thank
Be
you.
depressed tonight.
After you kill
Well,
me.
you know what? We
Alright.
appreciate that. This is the end of Mixed Season 1. But don't worry, because there's
We're
going to
coming
be
back
Mixed
in
Season
2
2. We're
weeks.
coming back
Season 2.
better than ever. Okay, this is going to be big.
It's not like
So
it's
big.
not like a TV show where
Huge.
like, okay, the
Huge.
season's ending,
Huge.
now it's time to wait a few
Huge.
months before you see the next time. No, we're coming back.
Oh, yeah. No, we don't mess around like that. So
We'll be like Rick and Morty, and our next season will be in 7 years.
Yeah, sucks.
Anyway, thanks again for watching, you guys. I want to thank both of our guests for that heartfelt ending, and also the first deep conversation we've had on Mixed at the beginning.
Oh, you know, well,
That was
maybe if
good.
we're with Overfunctioning Leadership Podcast,
Oh, yeah.
in season
I'm
2,
gonna
we
be
might
on
be
that.
having more deep conversations. So, little teaser. For those of you who stayed along this long in the episode, there you go.
Anyway, so yeah, we'll see you guys next season.
Peace out.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks for staying with us.
Sayonara.
Good night.
Yeah.